All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to round 2 of the JT300 series Telecaster. A good friend of mine that I follow on YouTube, his name is, he goes by Guitarzan, all right? So check out his channel. He does a lot of guitar building stuff. He recently bought the 300 series Strat style from Jet. And he was like over the moon happy about it. It was awesome. And he demoed it on his channel. And then he bought a second one. He was so impressed. And that one was awesome too. Right out of the box. Totally playable. So I think either I got just, a bad one. Like this one was on clearance. So maybe they were just like, oh, no, this batch is bad. Just clear them out. Maybe, right? I have no idea. Or he just got an exceptionally good one, or the S style Jet 300 series are just far superior, and they just don't put that much time and effort into a basic, and I mean basic, Telecaster style. I don't know what it is, but there's nothing to write home about on this guitar. Like, anyway, let's get right into it. All right, width at the nut is 42 millimeters. At the 12th fret, we have 51 millimeters. Thickness at the 1st fret, 23 millimeters. And at the 12th fret, 25 millimeters. Let's get you some readings here. Full tone, full volume. Bridge pickup. It's coming in at 6.33. Neck pickup's coming in at 4.71. So these are ceramic pickups and they are super low output. Again, I don't know why everybody's raving about these. They're just cheap of the cheap. And in the middle we get 2.73. Let's weigh it. After my first video, someone said, commented that these guitars are 10 pounds. And there's no way that this thing is 10 pounds. This thing is basswood and a roasted neck. Like, you're not going to get much lighter than this. 7 pounds. All right, we've got the strings off, but before we go any further, we're going to see if this thing fits in a typical guitar case, unlike the Amoon guitar I had and unlike the Michael Kelly guitar. Pull this sucker out, put this in. Yep, no problem. This one fits in the case. Now, I'm just talking about my SKB case. So my SKB case fits, traditional Tellys and Strats, but the Michael Kelly, the way the headstock is made, it's too long. It sticks out over the case. And so did an Amoon guitar, a super cheap guitar that I got on Amazon. I'm glad to see that the Jet headstock is more traditional and fits in any case that you might have. You might have to take the neck off to take this pickguard off, but if this is a humbucker route, then this should just slide right back and I'll be able to pick it up. There is something funky going on with the pickguard. So you'll notice that the spacing between the pickguard and the bridge is very minute. So either the bridge is pushed forward or the way they cut out their pickguard, they just leave more meat at the bottom for whatever reason. Typically on a Telecaster, you would have more space. You'd have almost a 1/4 inch of space around the bridge. And this one definitely does not have that. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but let's see if this will slide back and up. And it does. All right, so yep, it has a humbucker route, as you can see. First glance, the humbucker route looks really clean. No, it's got nice edges on the top, so that's good. And the bottom looks pretty good. No, it's not overly splintered. As I suspected, zero shielding in these guitars. But the sides of them, man, look at that. I don't know what kind of router bit they use, but it's like totally gashed out here. Look at all the ridges. It's so weird. It's not clean at all. Look, see that? If you were like a little, a little bug, you could scale that wall and escape. I'm gonna take this bridge off. All right, here's the big reveal, folks. And nothing special. There's a ground wire. Again, kind of a clean route on the outside and not too bad on the bottom. But again, check out the walls. The heck are they using there anyway? You can see it's just a ceramic magnet. You can see the big ceramic magnet right there. They do have a brass plate underneath. 2 wires from the pickup, and then you see the wire right there for the ground. Nothing spectacular about this guitar. Just a cheap guitar, folks. I'm sorry, and some of you might not like me very much, but I'm just being honest. That's what it is. It's a cheap guitar with an possibly awesome neck. If those frets are level, I will classify that as an awesome neck. But my guess is they're not going to be, based on what I'm seeing here. Why would they spend all that time? And maybe that's where the money is. Maybe Jet puts the money and the time in the neck, which is a really important part of a guitar. The body really could be cut square and, it would still work, but the neck is important. So maybe kudos to them if they put time and effort and money into making sure the frets are level and roasting the neck. And we're just going to take this control plate off. I'll have a look underneath. You guys and me, we already know what we're going to find. We're going to find dime-sized pots. We're going to find a crappy switch. And again, nothing to write home about. Yeah, there you go, dime-sized pots. Let's see if we can even see what they are. You got a green chiclet. It says CF on them, but there is no rating. So I don't know if they're, I'm assuming they're 250K, but it's hard to say. So CF, if you guys know what that means, CF pots. And again, check out the walls in here. What kind of router bit does that? I thought router bits are supposed to leave a smooth finish. Again, no shielding, and they misdrilled this one. This is ripped right into the cavity. So this one doesn't tighten. It's stripped. All right, just removing this last screw here. See what they have in there. I'm pretty sure you and I both know that there's not going to be anything special about this jack. But when you plug into it, it does really snap well. And the cable feels super secure, so I was kind of curious. And no, it's just a really super cheap one. Wow, like really cheap. However, like I mentioned, it cable snaps in there pretty good. All right, before we go any further, we're going to check the ratio of these tuners. If you remember my last video, I tightened all these up, right? They were pretty good, and I snugged up the heads. Even with everything, tight as far as the tuner goes, each one is super loose. Like, you can hear them, right? So there's nothing good about these tuners. So let's check the gear ratio. So what I did is I just put a piece of tape in there. I'm just going to shorten it a bit so that it clears the actual neck. There we go. And when that tape is back at its starting point, that'll be one whole turn of the peg. So, and as far as this goes, we'll start with the winder at the top. And every time it reaches the top, that'll be one full turn of the tuning key. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, getting caught up here. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14-to-1 tuning ratio. Right. Just gonna break these. Oh, they're loose. They're not even tight. All right. I don't need to use it. I can use this now. I don't like using power tools on these before breaking them first, just in case you were to snap one of these inside the body. That would totally suck. So anyway, but these were loose. Indexing hole or no indexing hole? Let's see. No indexing hole. Right on. Well, at least that's clean. Yeah, so you can see the thread marks in here. So that'll have to be drilled out a bit, just so that the screws can tighten the neck to the pocket and not thread into the body. I'm just going to pull on this neck to see if it slides out. If so, that means we have a loose pocket, but hopefully it won't slide out. Hopefully it'll have to be wiggled out. All right, nope, that's nice and tight in there. That's good. So I'm just going to take this out, flip it around, keep holding it, and we will pop this guy out. We have a good neck pocket, folks. Well, there's the first good thing. Oh, jeepers, what is that? Kind of a nice little detail there. I'll show you that in a sec. Oh, this looks terrible. What the heck did they do to this? Look at the holes in there. Look at that. Look at how they're all like stretched, it seems like. I bet these screws don't even tighten in there. Oh man. These screws, look. If I thread the screw in, look, can you see it move? Look how loose it is. It's threaded in like halfway and it's loose. So that's why the screws are loose. It's not tightening in the back of the neck because these holes are all pretty much stripped. Look, this one too. See that? See how much movement you get? That should be like, you should not be able to move that side to side like that. That's ridiculous. I have to fill those and re-drill. I don't know if the other reviewers on YouTube are going this deep with these guitars, but again, there is nothing impressive about this $400 Telecaster. I'm not doing anything to this. I'm not modding this. It's not worth my time or the money. If I mod a Tele and upgrade the electronics, upgrade the pickups, upgrade the tuners, here in Canada, for anything decently good, like nothing like what's on here, but anything decently good is going to cost me about $250 to $260. And I do the work myself, so that's fine, and it'll take me a couple hours of my time. That's all fine and dandy, but at the end of the day, then I have an almost $700 Telecaster that's worth the price of the hardware, because so far what I'm seeing here, there's no value in this at all. Like, save your money and go buy something else. This is a real downer. Who the heck sends this out? Man, you know what? Oh man, there's a crack in the neck. Look at this. See that? That's not a grain, that's a crack. That neck is split. That neck pocket is split. The only saving grace is that it's in the pocket, right? So it's at the end, so it's being pinched here. So it's not going to get any worse, I guess. Hopefully there's something good about this guitar. You know, I'm hoping the truss rod works. I'm hoping I can straighten this neck and hoping that the frets are perfectly level. What do you think the chances are of that happening based on what we've seen so far? Exactly. Slim to none, right? All right, so we are back mode. We're rocking. Well, truss rod is turning. That's a good sign. That looks really good, actually. Right, we are straight. Cross your fingers, boys and girls. Here we go. Oh. Okay, we got one high one here. Got a high one on the end here. Mark that one. Another one here. This one's high right across. Another one here. Another one here. Another one here. Nice. Nice. A little bit high in the middle. Minor. Yep. Oh. This one's rocking on the end. All right, well, here's what we have. 4, 6, 8, 11, 13, 17, and 18 are high. That would justify a fret level because if you start spot leveling these, you're going to be chasing and chasing and chasing. I am going to let the neck sit here like this, just to make sure that it's settled properly, and I will check the straightness and the frets again to see if I have the same or different. But this will need a complete fret leveling, which I really wasn't looking forward to have to do. especially with these big bored out neck screw holes. Like, who messes that up? How do you mess that up? It's just not worth the money or the time. So doesn't look like I'll be playing this on Saturday night. I don't know. I don't want to make an emotional decision. I'm just kind of super unimpressed. It doesn't happen often, but I really hate going through YouTube, watching videos, and video after video after video of people saying, oh, this guitar is so awesome. This is like my dream guitar. This is like a super expensive guitar and like a, with a budget price. This is crazy how they can make them so cheap. There's nothing good about this. Not the body, not the routes, not the fact that it's unshielded, not the crappy pickups, not the crappy electronics, super crappy tuners, like the poorly cut nut. Like, it's a bone nut, but it's cut really deep. I'm going to have to file all that down, to get the strings to sit properly. And the unlevel frets. Like, what are you guys playing at home that's so terrible that this guitar is good? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, again, maybe these were on clearance for a reason. These 300 series jet guitars, they suck. Now, do they have potential? Of course. Like any cheap guitar, they have potential. The problem is, this isn't a cheap guitar. This is $400 here in Canada after taxes. There you go, guys. I pay for my stuff. I don't have to tell you it's good if it's not. I can tell you the truth. You can take it or leave it. I'm not looking to insult anybody. I'm just looking to state the facts, and these are the facts. Now, maybe it's not representative of all the models out there, but it's definitely representative of this one. And, the logo is still on the headstock. So they do make bad ones, and I got one. So you guys, thanks for watching. Comment if you want. Take care, and God bless.